What is up, everyone? UFC 322, November 15th at MSG, New York. Islam Makhachev versus Della Maddalena. Zhang Weili versus Valentina Shevchenko. This is an absolutely amazing card. I'm not going to be predicting the full card. I'm just going to do the main card because, well, I just simply don't want to predict the other fights. I could go through these pretty quickly, but I'm not. For these fights, honestly, I'm pretty 50-50 on Kopylov versus Rodriguez. Cortez versus Blanchfield. I'm going to go Aaron Blanchfield. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. I'm going to go Malcolm Wellmaker. I think Bo Nichols should get the win against Rodolfo Vieira, unless he's really, really bad, right? But Rodolfo Vieira is pretty good. But main card predictions, let's start. We got Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. When this fight got announced, I was pretty 50-50 on it. And then I started to realize some things. We got to think about momentum. We got to think about grit. And we got to think about where are they in their career. And also skills, right? But skill-wise, Dariush should get this. He should win this. But I'm actually gonna go with Benoit Saint Denis. I think he gets a finish probably in like the third. Actually, no. I think it's a decision for Benoit Saint Denis. And Beneil Dariush has very good counter grappling, if not the best counter grappling we've seen, right? But I think Benoit Saint Denis, I think his grappling is really good. And we could look at the Moicano fight, but I think that's just a style-wise, that Moicano, if he grabs that body lock on you, if you're down against Moicano, it's hard to get up, right? And that was just, I think Benoit Saint Denis would beat Moicano if they had a rematch. And I'm not just going to pick Beneil Dariush because of like MMA math, right? I think Benoit Saint Denis, he keeps the pressure on. And Dariush I think he'll knock Benoit Saint Denis off with his kicks a little bit. Benoit Saint Denis will go a little to the side a little bit with those kicks, but I think he keeps the pressure on. I think he's gonna keep shooting his double, and Dariush is gonna defend most of the takedowns, but he'll get taken down a couple times in this fight. And there's gonna be a lot of clinching and a lot of positions where it's just Benoit Saint Denis on a double. And and Dariush has an underhook in, but he can't seem to shuck him off the cage, and they're just in that position, right? But I think it's just gonna be Benoit Saint Denis on the pressure, and then I gotta think about Dariush's chin. I don't think it's that good. He's been knocked out a bunch of times. He almost got knocked out by Moicano. And Benoit Saint Denis, he's slow, but he's decently calculated, man. That Mauricio Huffy fight, it surprised me a lot. I thought Rufy was going to mess him up on the feet. And he did a little bit. But Benoit Saint Denis had his own shots back. And I think Dariush just dealing with that whole time, stepping back, trying to just step out of range, get his own shots off. It'll work in the beginning of the fight, but I think it'll just overwhelm him. And Benoit Saint Denis will catch him against the cage a couple of times. But I think Dariush's chin will hold up just enough. But it's going to be Benoit Saint Denis, 2-1 decision, 28-29 decision for Benoit Saint Denis. Maybe even 30-27. I just think it's the pressure and the grappling, I think, from Benoit Saint Denis. I think he's going to have another surprising performance where we're like, wow, his grappling's very good, And maybe I'm overrating it after the Ruffy fight, or however you say his last name, but man, I just don't see Dariush being the one. But I do see Dariush being the one. Like, I could see Dariush just popping a knee up the middle to Benoit, but Benoit Saint Denis has a really good chin though. And you gotta hit him really clean to finish him. And I think Dariush can be caught by slow shots. And he could just be caught in general going back. I'm going to go Benoit Saint Denis, probably by a decision. I could even see him finishing Dariush in like the third round or something. Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. Man, At first, when this fight was announced, I was like, Carlos Prates is gonna smoke Leon Edwards, and it's not even gonna be close. He's gonna really hurt Leon Edwards bad. Then I began to think a lot. I was like, Leon Edwards might be. Are we underestimating him? Look at his physique, man. He's perfect. Are we underestimating? Carlos Prates has 7 losses. I didn't even realize that. I guess it was on the regional scene. Whatever. Besides the point. It, are we underestimating Leon? And I was really close to just switching my pick to Leon, right? But and then I was like, okay, no, I need to watch some fights. I watched some fights, and Leon gets caught too much by worse strikers than Carlos Prates. He got caught a bunch by Diaz. He almost got TKO'd by Nate Diaz. Usman obviously caught him a bunch. Colby even caught him a few times. I'm seeing Sean Brady wobble him a little bit with the pressure. And it's going to be a striking match only. I was thinking actually Leon could actually grapple here. But then I was like, Carlos Prates is actually has really good not even takedown defense, but just counter grappling, and he's able to defend. And it's going to be a striking fight, and it's going to be a tit for tat battle at first. And if you get Carlos Prates and he's flowing, I think he'll catch Leon with the cleaner shots. And if it gets scrappy, man, and if it starts to knock go Leon's way, Carlos Prates is just he's gonna batter him. I think he's gonna hurt Leon badly. I think Carlos Prates will put Leon away. He's gonna hurt him pretty badly. I really do. Like, are we underestimating Leon here? Is he gonna go out there and show us who he really is, like that really good technical kickboxer? Cause like if you look at Leon's technique and everything, he has crisp technique. He's just crispy. Everything he does, right? He's so good. But man, Carlos Prates, he's going to be there. He's going to be waving his arms a little bit. He's not going to be kicking that much, but he's going to be popping his jab out there. And I just think Leon is going to be Leon needs more volume in this fight, I believe. And Leon's not a volume fighter. I wanted to pick Leon, then I realized fighters won't fight how you want them to fight. They fight how they fight, and Leon is not a guy who goes out there with a bunch of volume. And when someone has volume against him, he kind of crumbles a little bit, right? We saw it against Bilal. We saw it against Brady. I see Leon, making Carlos Prates bleed a little bit, but I think Carlos gets him. I think it'll take time, though. I believe it'll take time. I think it'll be in the third round. We'll see Leon get hurt pretty badly. We'll see him get wobbled first, kind of like what Nate Diaz did to him. And then after he gets wobbled, Carlos Prates will put him away badly. And I really don't want it to happen. Like, look at Leon's face, man. He just looks so sad all the time. And just, like, it's going to be so depressing when it happens, but it's going to happen. Leon's going to get put away bad by Carlos Prates. I think Carlos Prates, he offers uppercuts. And his movement is just very good. And once he gets flowing, there's no stopping him, man. Unless you're Ian Gary. But Ian Gary messes up a lot of guys, though. Guys, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. This one I was so 50-50 on. And I was very, like, at first I was like, Michael Morales he should beat Sean Brady. And then I was like, no, Sean Brady's grappling, man. It's so good. It's too much. Sean Brady's big. And Michael Morales, he's never faced anyone like Sean Brady. But then I watched their fights, man, and Michael Morales he's gonna TKO Sean Brady. I'm looking at the Bilal Muhammad fight with Sean Brady. When someone has constant pressure on Sean Brady, because Sean Brady's a pressure fighter, but when someone offers that pressure back, he crumbles. And we saw it in the Bilal Muhammad fight. And if you're getting TKO'd by Bilal Muhammad, man, you could get TKO'd by Michael Morales. And I know I said this about Sean Brady for the Leon fight, right? And even the Gilbert fight, I was like, Gilbert could break Sean Brady. But no, I was wrong, right? But Michael Morales really is the one. He's more powerful than Leon and Gilbert Burns. I think his striking's like the uppercut is right there for Michael Morales, and the reason is because Sean Brady's a pressure fighter, but I just see the uppercut there so much. I think Bilal got him with the uppercut a decent amount of times, and just his guard is high. Now I believe he'll take down Michael Morales. I also think this is, but I think Michael Morales has actually good takedown defense, and not just takedown defense once he's on the ground. Like, he's pretty good on the ground too, you know. And his judo background, I know his parents were like judo Olympians. I know that's not him, but he has to have that in his genes. And man, I just see Michael Morales having a breakout type performance where he shows that he's not just a bum on the floor. He's not just some big power striker. He could grapple too. I think he's going to be able to defend. I think he's going to be able to defend Sean Brady's grappling. I think now we could go. This fight could start. I think Sean Brady will win the first round. I think he'll win it pretty dominantly. But man, I don't see like anywhere on the feet where Sean Brady could win. I see Sean Brady pressuring Michael Morales on the feet and catching him with a couple shots. But Michael Morales has a lot of power, and he'll chuck those uppercuts. He'll swing around your guard. He'll hit your arms, and his movement's really good. He'll go side to side. He'll do it moving backwards, and if you give him the chance to do it moving forwards, which I think there will be a split second where Sean Brady moves backwards. I think Michael Morales will put Sean Brady away in the second or third round. I really do think he does. And Sean Brady is so good. He's big. He's probably one of the, if you look at his frame and how thick he is, like in the chest area, he's humongous. He's very strong. One of the strongest welterweights ever. But I think Michael Morales' striking is just going to be there, man. I think he's too powerful. And I think if he just puts that pressure back on Sean Brady, I think Sean Brady will crumble. I do think he will. And I think he'll show leaps in his not even leaps in his grappling, but just like leaps as far as like what people see him as. I think he'll be able to defend, not get finished in the first round. I could even see him getting taken down in the second round too, and then getting back up and knocking Sean Brady out. We saw his takedown defense against Burns was really good. His takedown defense against Neil Magny was very good. And I don't care what people say, man. Neil Magny is good. He's a real dude. If Neil Magny has a body lock on you from behind, it's pretty hard to defend that. And he was able to defend that turnaround and elbow Neil Magny. I think in the clinch work, he messes up Sean Brady, man. I think I'm going to go Michael Morales, second, third round TKO. I think he gets it on Sean Brady. I really do. This is cool, though. Sean Brady, I believe, is the official backup. He should be the official backup for the main event, which, you know, God forbid anything happens to this matchup. But, yeah, Sean Brady should be. Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. Two of one of my like favorite women's fighters. Two of my favorite women's fighters. I think this one's, first of all, this is a sick fight that I've been waiting for so long. I've always wanted this. Two of the most skilled women's fighters there are right now. There's no one really more skilled than them. I'm trying to think of someone. Can't really. Natalia Silva's up there, but as far as overall, I'm going to go Valentina Shevchenko, though. I think a lot of people are overestimating Zhang Weili's, you know, smaller weight class skill, lighter man skill, lighter woman skill. I think Shevchenko, I think she just gets this win straight up by size and strength. If we look at their reach, Valentina Shevchenko has a 67-inch reach. 6'7"? But Zhang Weili has a 63-inch reach. Zhang Weili's smaller. She's shorter. And I know she's like shorter than all her opponents, right? But even the leg reach for Shevchenko. And I'm thinking Shevchenko's a really good body lock takedown. And Zhang Weili has good defense for that, but Tatiana Suarez was able to take her down like that with a body lock takedown. And Valentina Shevchenko has real shots. That Tatiana Suarez performance showed me, first of all, how bad Tatiana Suarez is at MMA, and everyone hyped up her wrestling. Her wrestling was even terrible. I don't even care. She took terrible shots. You would never see Valentina Shevchenko dipping her head like this, putting her hands out, and running for a double leg, taking terrible shots like that. Valentina Shevchenko takes real shots. I think Valentina Shevchenko wins with the grappling, and I think it'll be really close. And some people might even be similar to the Alexa Grasso versus Shevchenko 3 fight, at the spear, but I think it'll definitely be way more competitive than that. I think Zhang Weili on the feet, Valentina Shevchenko, I think Zhang Weili will time Shevchenko's kicks a lot, and Shevchenko will get decently messed up on the feet by Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili has really good movements, but at the same time, man, like Shevchenko, her 1-2s are so good, and she has good jabs. I think Shevchenko, she'll slightly beat. It'll be pretty even on the feet with Zhang getting the edge in some moments and Shevchenko getting the edge in some moments. But where I think Valentina Shevchenko will prevail is on the ground. Zhang Weili has really good scrambling ability, though. Now that I'm thinking of it, she has really good scrambling ability and she has good reversals. I think Valentina Shevchenko will time her body lock. She'll duck under. She'll get that body lock. She'll trip Zhang Weili. She'll get the takedown, get the control time she needs. We'll see Zhang Weili do a couple reversals. We could see, but I think Shevchenko gets it, man. And I think it'll come down to her strength and even experience in a way, even though they both have the most experience in the world, right? I just think Shevchenko's seen more opponents. And I think Shevchenko's she's like that, man. Guys, make sure to like it. Wait, whoa, the main event. If you want to know my prediction for the main event, go watch my other video. I'll have it right here, at the end of the video, linked for you. Probably right here I'll have it, or right here. I'm not sure which side is which. But I gave like a 20-minute breakdown of the fight. But for a short-term breakdown, I'm going to only be a minute on this. I got Islam Makhachev via Darce choke. Yep, I know. Casual take. Probably in the second, third round. I think it's going to be from Jack Della scrambling because he has really good scrambles. But I think if you scramble against Islam Makhachev and he catches you, and once the Darce is in, there's no defending it. No matter how much Craig Jones can teach you to defend it, which Craig Jones has done a really good job with these guys. And we could see Jack Della straight up defend it. But I think once the Darce is in, Islam will get it. It'll be out of a Jack Della scramble. And in no way is this a lock at all. I think this is like a 50-45, 60-40 in favor of Islam. I really do. I think there's no way this is a lock. I think it really comes down to if Islam Makhachev accepts being put on the back foot. If he gets put on the back foot against Jack Della and doesn't respond well to it, he will lose. Straight up, he'll get walked down and TKO'd. But I think Islam will respond decently well to it. He'll time his takedowns. He'll catch Jack in the scramble and Darce him. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want to. And peace out.